Keep on Cookin' with Nick Rabar is brought to you by Wines More in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining me here on Keep on Cookin', and today we're making my all-time favorite cut of beef, the short rib. There's quite a few reasons as to why the short rib is such a special cut of meat. Obviously it comes from the rib, more specifically the plate. But what's so beautiful about it is that it has a bone. When you're grilling like we're gonna do here today, the bone adds so much flavor. But even more important is this intermuscular fat right here called marbling. That marbling is gonna break down and baste these short ribs, so it's gonna disappear, but it's gonna leave them with a ton of flavor. Another reason to love short ribs is that they hold marinades very, very well. So I'm gonna make a little marinade here today. We're gonna start off with a little bit of scallion. Then we're gonna go in with some chopped ginger, some minced garlic. Now, we've got some wet ingredients. I'm gonna start with honey. Honey, we're gonna be generous with, because that honey is gonna really coat the outside of the short rib and caramelize up beautifully on the grill. Let's go in with a little soy for some salt, a little bit of rice vinegar for some acidity. A little oil never hurts in a marinade like this. A little cracked pepper, pinch of salt, whisk it up, and boom, marinade ready to go. So even though we have salt and pepper in the marinade, rule of thumb, always salt and pepper your red meat, especially when you're grilling it. So a little bit of salt on the outside, some fresh cracked pepper, and now we're gonna go on with that incredible soy, ginger, honey marinade. And now we're gonna bring these right to the grill. All right, now we're gonna put these top side down because we really want to caramelize them to lock in that fat and flavor. You can see as the flames start to chase after them that they're gonna caramelize beautifully. Nice little sizzle, the fat's rendering. That marinade's doing its thing. The natural fat of the steak is doing its thing. We're gonna put them bone side down, cold side of the grill, let it go 30 minutes. All right, so 30 minutes later, oh, these look incredible. They're caramelizing beautifully on the outside. Now, this is an optional tip, but it's something that I personally do when I do slow and low cooking with cuts of meat like this. We're gonna do a little foil wrap. You take the short rib off, you pop it into foil, and then you put it back on the grill. Bink, 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 boom. Those are wrapped and ready. We're gonna let them go for 2 more hours, and while those are grilling, we're gonna make a little maple soy barbecue sauce. So it's December, and obviously we like to cook seasonally appropriate. That's why this maple barbecue is gonna be outstanding. To get started, we're gonna go in with a little bit of ketchup. That's gonna be the base of our barbecue sauce. Usually you would put molasses in a barbecue, but we're gonna do the maple syrup, which is just absolutely sweet, and it adds that caramel color. Some Worcestershire, very traditional. A little bit of apple cider vinegar, also very traditional. Some brown sugar. Touch of soy sauce. It's gonna add a nice little salty note. We go in with some espresso. And then our dry ingredients. We have garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, and also a little bit of chipotle powder. Pinch of salt, and a crack of pepper. All right, let's go ahead and give this a whisk. Blend all those ingredients together, and there it is. Two hours later, these short ribs are done. They are sizzling and they smell amazing. Let's go take a peek at what they look like. Oh my, talk about meat candy. I mean, that's a short rib. All right, time to put 2 and 2 together. We've got this maple soy barbecue. You just want to put enough on. You don't want these swimming in barbecue sauce. You know, as beautiful as those look, I still feel like they're missing something. I think it's time we called in the big guns. To help bring these to the next level, I'm bringing in my talented wife, Tracy, who's a dynamic chef of her own and is gonna turn these short ribs into a knockout. All right, kid, what do you got?
Well, you know what, Nick? I think I have the perfect complement to these gorgeous short ribs. And today we're gonna make my famous ginger scallion sauce, but we're gonna punch it up a little bit with some fresh clementine.
I'm sold.
So the first thing we need to do is take our beautiful clean ginger and we're gonna chop that up. This requires a lot of ginger, about 1/3 of a cup if you can believe that. All right. So the next step, we're gonna add our olive oil. We wanna use a very mild olive oil in this recipe. We don't want the olive oil to overpower the sauce, and we're gonna do about 1/3 of a cup of that as well. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in some of our toasted sesame oil. We're gonna add about a teaspoon. Okay, the next ingredient we're gonna use is some fresh chopped garlic.
Oh, my favorite.
About a teaspoon of that.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go in with our scallion. This is about 1 bunch, maybe 1.5. So
Okay.
you've got a good sized cup of scallion there. We're gonna add that right in. So the next thing we're gonna add is a juice of 1 clementine. Pop it over your hand so you don't get any seeds in the bowl.
So after the juice, what's next?
So we're gonna zest. We're gonna
Okay.
add the zest of 2 clementines. And we're gonna use this microplaner and zest it right over the bowl. The last ingredient we're gonna add is a nice pinch of kosher salt. I would say about 1/4 teaspoon. And then we're gonna take our whisk and we're gonna gently whisk this together. And that's pretty much it. You wanna make sure you scrape down the sides of that bowl and get every little bit. Would you like to top it?
By all means.
All right. Just when you thought you had the perfect short rib, now they're even better.
Oh my, look at that. So you have the smoky short rib, the maple soy barbecue, and now this incredible orange ginger gremolata. Those are stunners.
They sure are. Glad I stopped by.
Me too. And listen, would you like to do the honors?
If I must.
You must.
Until we meet again, guys, keep on cooking.
That's how it's done.
Hello, I'm Krusty LaFour, the wine manager at Wines More in Cranston, Rhode Island, and I'm here to present the perfect wine pairing for Chef Nick's smoky short ribs. My recommendation is Catena Alta Malbec from Mendoza, Argentina. This wine is barrel-aged for 18 months and it has flavors of plum, blueberries, violets, black pepper spice, and black tea. The flavors complement the wine's rich body, fresh acidity, and soft tannins. This wine is easy to drink and exceptionally tasty. Come down to our store to pick a bottle and try it for yourself. We look forward to seeing you here at Wines More in Cranston, Rhode Island. Cheers and happy holidays!